Wanna forget it.
Want to set the world on fire.
I don't want to get off on a rant here, but
It's a rampage.
Still, though.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Welcome to the Lost Levels Lost Control. My name is Chris Levon.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm here for a good time.
Tyler's with us this episode. This episode for Lost Control, something we haven't done in a while, is Lost Control is a rant type of getting on a soapbox type of just thing where...
As if we don't do that enough.
Yeah.
But now this is an actual intended.
Right. We kind of just sound off on something that we kind of notice in our society, and we choose to talk about it. So this week's topic is going to be movie trailers and over marketing.
Yes. And the thing that kind of sparked this conversation is when Chris and I went to go see 13 Hours, we were shown the trailer for 10 Cloverfield Lane, at which point Chris and I just looked at each other and were like, when the fuck was this happening? Because it did something that Hollywood rarely does, and I'm happy to see when they do it, which is not tout that they're making a movie. They just kind of come up and surprise us, like, hey, by the way, this movie's coming out, enjoy it. And then presenting it that way to me got me so much more excited for it than if, we heard about a year and a half beforehand, we're like, well, they got this writer on board, and they got this director on board, and these actors, and here's all this behind-the-scenes footage, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, by the way, we made a movie for you guys, enjoy it.
I was actually worried that I hadn't seen John Goodman in a while, so I went and checked his IMDb, and I was like, okay, he's still with us.
Yeah, that's the brilliance behind it. The fact that he was able to hide it, I mean, all through Star Wars The Force Awakens, because he's, like, highly touted right now and talked about in Hollywood. The fact that he just made this, or produced this movie, he's like, hey,
Right.
By the way, here it is.
Yeah, and which is the complete opposite of what Star Wars was. I mean, while they kept a lot of the story stuff under wraps, Star Wars was everywhere because they were going off that whole merch angle and everything like that. But when you go around, like, we all saw the stuff going around Imager and the internet about the BB-8 oranges or the Yoda grapes. And it's like, you take it to marketing and shit to this nth degree that it never has to reach.
Disney doesn't play, man.
I know they don't play.
Disney doesn't play.
That's the funny thing about it is you don't need to do that. It's a fucking Star Wars movie. It's everywhere, but anybody's going to see it regardless because it's a Star Wars movie. Because anybody who saw the prequels is just hungry for a new game or a new movie.
I'm pretty sure that once it comes to, like, Disney and stuff like that, it's not so much there's like, oh, we want to put it everywhere. It's more like, who's going to pay us to put it everywhere?
And that's part of my thought behind that as well. I'm sure they're paying for marketing, but I'm sure there's other companies that are like, hey, can we pay you to put BB-8 on our oranges or Yoda on our grapes or something like that? I have to imagine marketing goes both directions like that because it's who's going to benefit from this.
Oh, it totally does. You put BB-8 on your oranges and people are like, hey, that little droid was fucking awesome. I'm going to buy your oranges versus these other shitty organic oranges over here.
Do these oranges beep at me?
Does this one give me a thumbs up? But
Perfect.
I mean, yes, I get that, but at the same time, don't you want to have some discretion and respect for your product that you're putting out?
Well, it really depends on who's doing it. Like, look at, like, old, like, comics and stuff like that. You have, like, Peanuts. MetLife is, like, pretty much where you see it now. And then you have, like, Calvin and Hobbes, who's just like, yeah, don't ever touch any of my stuff.
Right. And I love Calvin and Hobbes for that period. And I mean, just for the sheer brilliance of the comic itself, and how much he's just like, no, I want to stay out of the business. I don't want you marketing my stuff. Like, if they were to release a Hobbes style, I'm sure that would sell like hotcakes. Because, I mean, I would want one, but he just doesn't care about that. And, I mean, that shows a certain respect for his own craft and product. And, you know, that's a kind of an extreme degree, but I still respect it. But in other sense, you know, you kind of have to dial it back a bit. And it's just, it's getting out of hand, especially in recent years, because they look at those big budget Hollywood movies that are going to make money and they just throw more money towards marketing and everything.
You're asking Star Wars, a franchise built on marketing and buying memorabilia from it, to tone it down.
Do you know why Disney started doing that?
What?
When they first made Zorro, it was a huge hit.
Okay.
Super huge hit. They had nothing for it. Mm-hmm. Walt Disney was just like, what have I done? Next year, Davy Crockett came out. They had everything. Absolutely everything they needed. And, like, coonskin hats just everywhere. And, like, kids just exploded, and Disney was just like, fliff, not even counting.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it as a whole, Disney paid $4 billion for the Star Wars rights. They're making that back easily with this trilogy that they're making. I mean, they've already made over $1 billion in sales just for tickets.
It's going to be three standalone movies. They're
Right.
making 6 movies. Even.
Not including spin-offs like Rogue One or the new Han Solo movie that's coming out.
Cartoons that are out.
Right.
They're already making the new cartoons.
Or even the games that are coming out. There's the...
Infinity's already out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Disney Infinity, and as well as the Star Wars Galaxy for the mobile game.
Yeah.
And there's microtransactions in that as well, which is just, as we know in the game industry, it just rakes in money.
Let's not kid ourselves. Star Wars is marketable.
If I could take Sora from Kingdom Hearts into a goddamn Star Wars game, I'm set.
If I could get a lightsaber keyblade, okay.
I want a lightsaber keyblade and Wolverine as my companion. Sold. Done. Buy everybody, Disney. Make it happen for me.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
At that point, it just becomes universe porn. It's just
Was it not before? Run around in Tron. My little Jack Skellington keyblade.
Yeah.
They make money off of it. People keep buying everything. Like people can't consume enough.
Well, we're
from
a
any of
consumer
this stuff.
culture. That's something that's
Right.
largely makes us American, and America does what America does.
Yeah, I mean we can't buy enough of this stuff. So like Star Wars stuff is everywhere, which is weird because like I don't know if I guess I just thought about it. Like I didn't think about this as a topic or like a bullet point when we were discussing this before the podcast. But like marketing for like Rey and toys for Rey. There's not that much, which is weird.
Well,
they had that problem.
There were some beforehand, like they did the one with her, the lightsaber that got redacted,
Right?
Like the web and everything. But mostly they market. I've seen marketing for like Chewbacca and Han, and like a little bit of stuff like that.
Because those are the classic characters
that are like established. So they were the safe bets going in. I assume with the second movie they'll have more stuff towards Rey now that she's established. But most toys are going towards, what do they call it? Dress up. Because a lot of toys for a long time didn't have what we had when we were kids. So a lot of toys like lightsabers, capes, masks, stuff like that are coming back, which
is awesome.
Which, I mean, if they fit me, you just come into my house.
We can modify them to fit your
It'd just be me watching Netflix.
Figure.
Yeah, but no, in reality though, like you look at the stuff that the problems they had with Avengers: Age of Ultron, when they were making toys for all the male superheroes, but they didn't have anything really for Black Widow, and they even changed one of the toys where she drops out of the plane in the movie, but however they changed that for the toy and made that Captain America.
I mean,
it's really weird.
Don't get me started on Age of Ultron. I really like the Marvel franchise, and I just think putting Joss Whedon into a creative box is the best way to solve any problem and make me hate my first Marvel movie.
Yeah, they really kind of...
I love you, Joss Whedon.
But yeah, but you see my point though? They're the fact that for some ever reason, they're so trying to be PC about everything, but when it comes to the toys, they're kind of falling behind in that regard. Where they should have marketed the shit out of Ray. Ray should have been everywhere. There should have been
That would
toys
have got
for
a lot of young female
Right.
girls interested in ready to see this movie, like Elsa and Anna from Frozen.
Oh, they totally had the opportunity there.
It's interesting because she's a younger female character, so she hasn't quite been sexualized yet. But if you look at anything that's been done in recent marketing, any movie poster with several men and then a female, you have the facing away from you and then look back over the shoulder, so you can see both the front goods and the back goods, and that she has a pretty face at the same time.
Right.
Which is pretty much just the worst.
It's kind of awful and disgusting. Yeah.
It's how I plan on posing for all of my public photos from now on. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing the Scarlett Johansson from Avengers.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I guess Star Wars is kind of just over the top, but you just see. You don't see the marketing for all these other movies.
No, but they ruin it in other ways, which is the other point of this discussion, which is trailers. And how trailers go way too far these days and show us way too much of the movie. And,
right.
I mean, I think we discussed this a little bit before about the latest Batman versus Superman trailer, where you get everything basically beat by beat in this movie, and you see how everything is going to unfold almost.
For the most part, yeah. Like even Zach had to come out after the fact that the recent trailer, like the 2:30-minute trailer or whatever, gives you pretty much a plot line of the whole entire movie.
Yep.
Even up to the fact that it shows the major villain in it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, wait a minute. And then Zach has to come out and say, no, we didn't show you everything. There's still surprises and a lot of stuff going on in the movie.
That's only door 1 and 2. I have a third.
Yeah.
There's a third door.
Which still show
It's
closer.
after the credits. It's Aquaman. I'm sorry. I've now given away the entire movie.
No, essentially that's the case. I mean, we ran into the same problem with Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it was just trailer after trailer. And it became too much at some point, where it made me not care anymore about the movie.
There is an excellent Spider-Man, or not Spider-Man, Superman versus Batman trailer that a fan entirely recut to a new score using the old trailers. It's like a minute shorter, 100 times better.
Does it cut out Lex Luthor?
It has Lex Luthor in it. I think Lex Luthor is going to be great in it, but that's off topic.
Okay.
I'm going for it. I'm just going to say that it's going to be perf. That's going to be a flawless movie with no mistakes, and you can play this for me until I die. When I eat those words.
And that is
slowly and surely
that is
with
Tyler.
my humble pie. I'm going to stand up clapping like Shia LaBeouf and just the whole movie. Just from like the second the credits come on, I'm just going to stand up and start clapping. Everyone around me is going to love it.
Okay.
I'll do that for Batman vs. Superman and Ride Along 2.
This is the first podcast that Shia LaBeouf was mentioned, and I didn't start that conversation.
Wow.
I would have
That's
after over 100
Serial cannibal
50.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm really happy that Shia LaBeouf got thrown into this podcast now.
He's a very nice man. I met him at Comic-Con a little while ago. He was selling his comic book. And I think it was the weekend he got arrested in Chicago. I felt really bad.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I totally remember that. But yeah, the trailers do show too much at this point. Where Alex and I, because of Lost Level here, we go to movies on a weekly basis at this point, and we just see these trailers over and over again. By the time a movie gets released, it's like, I don't really want to see that movie.
Well,
because I feel like I've seen it in the trailers.
Well, we were talking earlier about the worst movies we'd seen that with, and I brought up Terminator Salvation, and you correctly answered Terminator Genesis, and both of those had the major reveals of both movies revealed in trailers.
Yeah, how do you do that?
It just skipped the entire purpose of going to the movie.
Yeah, to be surprised and shocked and in awe.
It's like reading a game guide before you play the game. Like the entire game guide, and then going and buying the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just expecting that stuff to happen at that time, and it's really unfortunate because you could try to avoid watching those on the internet or for whatever reason, but then if you go see a different movie and you go watch the trailers, you're forced to watch it. Mm-hmm. I think I had a couple friends who watched Terminator Genesis. They avoided the trailers, but then it aired before a movie that we were watching, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
I think the worst case I've heard about that happening is there was a Dexter season that came out on DVD, and it was for the season with the big reveal at the end.
Oh.
And while watching that, like, there's a non-skippable trailer for that season.
Oh, God.
That ruined the end of the season you were about to watch in the trailer. Like, the big reveal at the end. And it, like, got, like, numerous complaints and became, like, legendary online.
That's horrible.
Just how terrible that was.
What's the appeal for companies to do that?
I don't think there is one.
What happened with trailers being mysterious?
When you have, like, a movie like Star Wars, you could just throw whatever you want up on a screen and people are going to go see it. With Terminator, they probably just were trying to build up more and more interest in it, because there were other reveals in the movie that were arguably smaller and supposed to be like building blocks, but it's like they got a whimper. It didn't really have a bang. I mean, it didn't pay off for them.
No.
Either of them. I think the best advertising they had for Salvation was just Christian Bale losing his shit. But besides that, I don't think it gave us anything like monumental.
No, I think Salvation would have been a better movie had people not really understood or known that big reveal in trailers.
Yeah.
I think that it would have been a little bit more accepted, because Salvation kind of critically shit the bed, fan base shit the bed, so bad that they needed to reboot the series, where they wanted Salvation to be the reboot, and they wanted to make a trilogy out of that movie, and they just couldn't because fan base kind of revolted.
Well, with like 8 different endings that they filmed and documented.
Yeah. Which is a shame, because I liked Salvation.
I did enjoy that. I probably enjoyed that most of the newest ones.
Yeah, it progressed the storyline. It gave you something new and fresh in the universe, and it didn't rehash the stuff. It's something that we've talked about in terms of movies in 2015, where it's just the year of nostalgia, and it's just rehashing of the same stories over and over again. It's like, well, let's take these franchises and make them something different. Let's expand on that.
Well, I think that's possibly another reason marketing has gotten so big, because building on to an old franchise is having its own marketing already in place.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just being like, oh, I'm going to make this now. And then you're like, but who's going to watch it? Why don't we just do a similar story using something that's already established? Like, I don't know. There's hundreds of franchises that are already established, or like lagging, half-forgotten franchises you can bring back. We're getting 3 more Fast and the Furious. How many more cars can I see do random stuff? If the 10th movie doesn't transform into a Transformer, if it's not like revealed that Vin Diesel is a smaller Transformer inside of a bigger Transformer, I'm not going to be surprised. I haven't been surprised since like Tokyo Drift was a watchable movie. That's the most I've been surprised by that series in a while.
Yeah, I like my Fast and Furious franchise.
We know you do, Chris.
I've gone over it. we mentioned my favorite part is the newest one that came out is when they're cutting back to Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
And like they used that scene to set it up that was filmed in Tokyo Drift, and then they cut to the same guy 30 years later with his receded hairline. And I mean, we all age. But like, they cut like, it was like 10 seconds ago. That 10-foot walk over to talk to Vin Diesel, like, aged him hard. Like, he had at least 10 years of hard drinking and women between that car and Vin Diesel's conversation. Where you're just like, man, you didn't make main character status in this movie, did you? Back to the bench.
We're getting to the point of technology where they're able to put making them younger.
I don't know why they didn't form. Yeah, you can pull it off.
But you want some makeup and a wig. That's all you need.
Let's spend a couple mil on old Paul over here, but let's not touch this baby face dream actor we have.
Dude, they put the cars out of planes.
Yes, they did do that.
They jumped a car through building to building to building.
I actually did like how they set that up.
It was
At the
pretty
very
rad.
beginning of the movie, there's a part where Paul Walker, he's like, cars don't fly. And then the entire rest of the movie is proving him wrong. That was probably the best part of the movie. I was like, that's clever, because I've seen the trailer. I know this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Because the trailer showed way too much.
Exactly.
The trailer should have just been Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fucking shit up, and I would have watched it.
Or no,
No
it should
matter
have been
what.
like
It's just him breaking the cast off.
right.
Just him
that-
ripping the cast off and opening it up with a chain gun. I'd be like, here's my money. I've bought 5 tickets for every day of this week.
yeah.
Let's go.
It should have been that, and then like maybe a scene of them driving, and then the logo Fast and Furious, and then fade to black. Done.
Yeah.
Because that's all you need.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
what, like, Star Wars should have been something similar to it. Like, hey, you remember Star Wars? Guess what? Star Wars, Force Awakens.
The first
Done.
teaser for Star Wars, I will admit, was all they needed. I don't think they needed another trailer or any other advertising.
Or 30
besides
other
that.
trailers.
With
Star Wars didn't do that bad with the trailer.
They did.
Yeah.
They didn't go Amazing
okay, with the
Spider-Man
TV
2 level,
Yeah.
but by the end, up until like 2 weeks release, they were releasing a trailer like every other day.
I knew what the pacing was going to be because of the trailers, but if they would have stuck with the first teaser, where Han sent tingles up my spine saying it's true, all of it, I would have been.
Oh no, you
Was
said
that-
we're home.
perfectly happy.
Okay.
You said Chewie were home.
Oh, was
In
that
the very first teaser
and then
trailer.
the second one was the other one?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I would have been fine with that.
Yes.
As a
'Cause,
correction.
no, there's the teaser and the two like solid good trailers. But then you get all the TV spots as well, and the TV spots after a while do get overwhelming.
Yeah,
And then
and because there's new footage, and then the internet goes crazy. It's like, hey, new TV spot. A little bit, like, two milliseconds of new
Then you
footage.
have every
Check out this Japanese version.
Right,
3
the
seconds.
international
3 seconds
trailers.
on
Exactly, and you have like every website everywhere posting about it. It's like New York Times is like, check out the new Star Wars trailer. It's like Better Homes and Gardens, check out the new Star Wars trailer. It's like, come on,
Fox and
guys.
Hound.
Maybe it just talks more about us as just a society and just a meat grinder of media and just constantly devouring
totally. And-
something. But
Yeah, and that's the problem is we're given too much.
if you give me money, I'll give you whatever you want. That's me, Tyler.
We're,
Just send it. I live America.
I will consume the shit out of that.
I will give you whatever you want. Webcam, cakes, let's go.
But I mean, the point of the matter is, I would like a little bit more reserved marketing.
You want a couple inches added to your skirt of marketing? You want it to be at least fingertips, or you're going to send the girl home?
I'm not sure I'm following the analogy, but sure.
Well, high school, they used to measure it to be to your fingertips.
Oh,
and they'd send
yes.
you home.
Yes,
That
yes.
was the
Okay.
modesty and concealment.
I see what you're saying, yes. Conceal a little bit more with marketing. Don't give us so much. Don't do it too much as well. Give us something to surprise us, because that's why we go to movies. We want the shock. We want the awe. And I think in the end we'll
Is
be
it,
more...
though?
Yes.
To summarize, don't be an Instagram girl. Tease us a little bit. Leave something to the mystery, and then surprise us.
Exactly.
So you're saying that they shouldn't peddle their own shit if they're models on Instagram?
I follow a lot of hot models on Instagram. I just don't want that for my movies.
How many ads are there in those hot models that you will flip through?
There's no ads. They're just them enjoying random products that
Oh.
I'm just like, whoa, this is weird that you like this shampoo.
Yeah, I want some Nespresso.
Wow, that's really good. That's a great deal. I should click this link. Why do I have 50 of these now?
You're right. It's not marketing. My fault. So stupid of me. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, what is this successful in terms of like showing too much of your trailers? Are people still, doesn't matter what you show, people are still going to go watch your movie at the end of the day?
Well, I think critics I know matter less and less compared to marketing, which is proven time and time again.
I'm glad we do our job reviewing this. That makes us feel really relevant.
No, but it's true though. Like,
I remember the first movie that I ignored the critics on, that I went and saw with my mom when I was younger, and it was The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser. And
Oh, I love that
I
fucking movie.
absolutely fucking love
Yeah.
that movie. And critics just hated it.
Oh, they're stupid. That movie's great.
And then my second one was Fifth Element.
That movie's also great.
And then I just stopped. Just listening to anyone else's opinion. And then I also realized that I love a lot of bad movies. Like, a lot of bad movies. There's a reason I don't review movies. Because, like, the last bad movie I saw that I didn't like was, like, Snaggletooth The Revenge.
Oh, yeah, the one you reviewed with us.
Yeah,
the last time you were on this podcast. Transporter 3.
Which I still haven't seen yet.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. We'll cut it up into a 5-minute movie called The Dad's Awesome.
Okay. Fair enough.
We covered this in the podcast.
Yeah, I guess you're right though, like, in terms of the critics aspect to it. Like, people just don't really pay attention to the critics that much. They'll look at like a Rotten Tomatoes score really quickly, or they'll look at a Metacritic score.
They'll be
like,
like,
oh, okay.
Or they'll be like, oh, Kevin Hart's in this movie. I totally want to watch it now.
Okay, you're kidding right now.
Yeah.
But
The Wedding Ringer was
No,
amazing.
The fact that we're
I'm
forcing
kidding
you
for
to do this-
myself, but the fact that there's people out there who think like that.
Oh, by the way, coming 2016, we are going to force this man to watch every Kevin Hart movie that's out that we know about right now. And possibly, what was it? Croft Bandoon in The Blade of Fire, where he plays a minstrel? Yeah, we're going to find that and dig that up. You're going to watch that too.
What?
Oh, it was on Comedy Central. Don't worry, we got you.
Oh, no.
This is us advertising a later advertisement. Boom.
Oh, God. We're marketing horrors now. We've become what we've hated.
Well, just for Kevin Hart movies, because
Oh,
we've
okay.
talked about this to no end.
Welcome to the big show.
Yeah.
All right.
What else do you want to say?
I think
Closing thoughts?
I think we've said everything we need to say at this point. We've covered a wide breadth of our initial idea and just expounded it to, God damn it, Hollywood, slow the fuck down.
Well, I mean, there's a constant demand. They have to keep up with places like
Yeah.
Bollywood. I really want to start doing Bolly movie reviews without subtitles.
I think they show them at the AMC Barrington.
Oh, they
down.
do.
Yeah.
Oh, I know they do.
A lot of movie theaters are expanding into Bollywood because there's a market for it.
Yeah, I've seen advertisements for it pop up, and I'm like, yeah, I am interested in whatever this is.
Yeah, because it's events, man. Like Bollywood's a huge thing. Like I had a buddy who was totally into the Bollywood scene and like goes to watch those movies all the fucking time, man. It's an industry that makes money for theaters. You know, how many times can you show these shitty ass movies or American movies over and over again where you can just have a Bollywood movie in there and get twice the draw?
Speaking of shitty movies, I know a movie that I saw advertised barely for, almost like Fox was trying to sweep their mistake under the rug. But I was actually happy with the amount of advertising I saw for it. It still got me to go see it, and I was just as disappointed as if they would have advertised a lot of it. And that was Fantastic Four.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
And to be fair, I watched the advertisements, and then I sat down with my good buddy. You might know him. It was Alex. And I just went, hey, should I go see this movie? And he took a really long breath in because he was driving in the car at the time. He's like, I mean, if you like the Fantastic Four, maybe. Probably not. I mean, that sold me as I have to ignore him and go, just love this movie. I couldn't. But yeah. I mean, I feel like they know when they have a bad movie. And they'll just...
They do, because, Fantastic Four is a bad example of that, though, because
that was a train wreck of a set.
It is, the train wreck of the set, but like, you made this movie, there's been so much hype around you rebooting the Fantastic Four franchise, and for them to maintain their rights, they made this movie, and it's like, they have to market it, regardless of how bad they know that it is.
But, like, if you compare its marketing to, say, Daredevil right now, whose marketing team is on point. I don't care if they keep advertising. Deadpool, what did I say?
You said Daredevil.
Awesome. I watched that again this weekend. Sorry. It's on my brain.
Dude, you know what? The funny thing, like, 3 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I just want to watch that one-shot scene in the second episode where he's going to go save the kid in the hallway scene.
I watched the first episode, skipped to the hallway scene, went to the third episode, and I just jumped around to my favorite parts, and it was fantastic.
I'm like, I just want to go watch that scene because I really appreciated that scene.
It's an amazing track.
And then I'm like, fuck, I'm going to start watching this. So I watched the whole entire series again.
Dude, it is amazing, and to follow up, since I don't have a second season till March, I almost went and watched Jessica Jones. Again. However, the only tracking shot I've seen as good as the hallway in Daredevil was that Always Sunny in Philadelphia Charlie's work. And I thought about him being Charlie while walking down the hallway beating the crap out of those guys.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I love Daredevil, but you're right. With Deadpool, the marketing has been absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Yes,
I haven't been
'cause
bothered, but it's an R movie, so
But-
they can't have kids' toys or just things coming out in my face. Like, here are Pop-Tarts, Deadpool colored.
Did you see that parents are trying to...
I did
the
hear
petition?
about the PG-13. I just chose to ignore it.
yeah.
And I was thinking about signing it just to see if Fox would change it.
Was
I can't see him backing down at this point because
No.
they promised too much. And I think it's in Reynolds' contract. Since...
It has to be, because he
Yeah.
was so dead set, like, no, I want
love
this to
that
be
man.
an R movie. Right?
yes.
Like,
I love that man. I watched Green Lantern and like it was a bad movie and people were like, that's a terrible movie. And I was like, you shut your mouth. That was a great movie. I just lied like right through my teeth. Like, I was trying to defend like a drunk buddy who threw up in the bathroom, but I was trying to protect him from the bouncer. I was like, he did not throw up. That was somebody else. What you're looking at is premium throw up from some stranger, not my good friends.
yeah, like, the Valentine's Day...
Oh, God.
Marketing
That
for
one
those-
and then the text emoji one.
Yeah.
kills
See,
me.
but that's not over marketing at all. You're not seeing a lot of the movie. It's just really clever and very tongue in cheek and very in line with the movie itself. So it makes sense for that. I'm not being bombarded with scene after scene and understanding the whole movie as it
You
goes
are,
by.
like, okay.
There
you
have
kind
been
of
like,
are, though, because...
4 trailers, and then I know there's going to be ramping up in February.
There has been a lot of trailers for Deadpool.
And there's
And a couple of recently, it's kind of like exactly what we talked about here. They kind of do show too much. Like,
if you want to see over marketing for Deadpool, going back to Instagram, follow Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool, and just like just a fanboy of internet hate. Just Deadpool everything, like every other post. I'm like, who is this guy I'm following who just keeps posting all this? Then I'll read the name and I'll be like, oh, hi Rob Liefeld. You're nice in person. I have nothing bad to say about you in public.
yeah, like it's teetering right now.
No,
Where
yeah.
they've kind of showed a little bit too much. Like, you're not gonna...
Still right now, I like it.
No, I love it. No, don't get me wrong. Like, because I love Deadpool, but you saw, like, Alex as an example, like, anybody who's going to watch Deadpool already knows about this movie. They're going to watch it regardless of the trailers. You're not going to win over that crowd because, like, we've seen Deadpool in the trailers in a couple theaters now, and we've watched
I was avoiding
purposely watching audience reaction to it. And it was funny because there was a Kevin Hart movie before it. I think it
wasn't the Kevin Hart movie, was it? No,
Yeah.
it was the 50 Shades of Black.
Oh, you
That
guys
was
were
one
talking
of the
about
times.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The first time we did, it was a Kevin Hart movie where he get hit in the head of the fan,
Oh, God.
and
People laughed at that
people
one.
were
Premium
chuckling.
comedy. Premium comedy.
Yeah, people were totally chuckling at that. And then the next trailer is Deadpool. Dead silence.
Well, I feel like they need to do the amount of marketing they're doing right now just because it's an R movie and it's going to be a huge risk.
Yeah.
How many parents are going to take their kids to see Deadpool regardless of it being an R movie?
Depends on how many
kinda like the
parents
Kick-Ass
are
parents.
broken by their
If they've
It's-
seen one of the Red Band trailers, they're not going to take their kids
It's
to
going to
it.
be like the Kick-Ass trailer, or the Kick-Ass movie.
I want to
where
find out how he bangs that stripper. That's like my main question. I was done with Deadpool like 3 years ago, probably when like his run of Cable and Deadpool came up and like all the fanboys started getting really hard about it and they started making like their own lines. Usually when mainstream like picks up, you'll get burnt out by something. And I'm still just fucking excited for this movie. I've been waiting for this movie
Yeah.
since.
Yeah, because it feels like they're doing Deadpool correctly.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, because you watch all these other movies that are comic book related, and you're just like, oh, what are they doing to this character? And it feels like they actually took the care and love that is Deadpool, and we're like, yep, we're doing it. Fuck it.
Care, love, and psychosis of Deadpool. Put it up on screen.
Yeah, and they're actually doing that. So it's rare that you kind of see that. So it's a treat for comic book fans and anybody like that. So it's an interesting thing, but I think Deadpool is one of those movies that kind of that teeters that line where it's like, yeah, they are kind of showing a little bit too much.
But yeah, their marketing outside of the trailers is on point.
Oh,
So-
the billboards are fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Like, that's absolutely brilliant.
So
I had to end it on something that was doing it well.
yeah,
Doing it.
Yeah, like, not like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
no, definitely not like that. But yeah, that's just where we are right now with movies and everything. It's just them vomiting all over our TV and internet and all our websites, picking up the stores and just shoving it down our throats. It's
I think everything is advertising to the point where it's vomiting and going down our throats.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I don't have ad block. I'm against it. I gotta like support those comics out there that
Yeah.
need my clicks, and man, there's some shit out there. When I find that tab that has sound on it, I destroy it.
yeah, there's some, I mean, you look at like news feeds and stuff, and there's marketing hidden inside of those, like where it's a sponsored link
Oh,
as opposed to like, you know, a clickbait or.
a solid point that I totally failed to bring up. I think it might have been Hulu. I haven't fact checked this. It's just a random memory that just popped in. They sold ad space in old TV shows that they played for free online. They used an example of like, I think it was White Collar, where they're like walking past a building and then they show it after the post where they turn it into a subway.
oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So they started just to put like ads that weren't initially there. So they were altering the original film. And
Just to
put
add ads?
advertisements in
Yeah.
the back.
Oh, wow.
And then they'll do like shows where like it's just like a blue beer can. And they're like do whatever, and then like later on they'll like sell it. Somebody will come in.
Yeah, so it's like a natty light.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost as bad as those blatant music video ads where it's like, oh, Beats, take a shot.
To be fair, I've watched like 3 music videos in the past like week or something. I haven't watched them in like months, but I'll like wait for that one shot of like a product where they show the name of it, and I'll be like, that paid for the music video.
Exactly.
Well, Alex and I joke about that. We used to, before AT&T took away my favorite channel, we'd watch we just sit here and watch videos over and over again. And just
And-
bullshit and whatever.
It's just like, oh, Beats, take a drink.
And it was just every damn video had a Beats headset in it.
Or at least one of the pills.
the pills. Yeah. It was
A
like,
Beats product.
what the hell is going on?
It worked.
It totally worked. Everybody wants Beats.
My little cousin is obsessed. She's like, have you seen my Beats? And I was like, no, I don't care about it. She's like, why not? Well, one, I have a $20 Bluetooth that works pretty well for me. This costs $600. I don't care how much it costs. Why not? Because I spend my own money. Get out of my face. You're in high
totally
school,
works.
you don't understand yet.
Like, you know, commuting to work every day, I see several people with Beats headsets on the
I
train.
want to see him at the gym, wherever, man.
Yeah, they're everywhere,
Yeah, we should start selling products right now.
right?
I've got like some good cheap ones that I fucking love.
Chris, let's sell your cats.
Yeah, we have 2 premium cats.
No, we're not
One of them has a very bright butthole. Don't hold that against it. Well, it's a black cat. It's just so pink. It stands out. Like, it's like scary. I'm like, oh, what do you have on you? Gum? Oh. Oh.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Is that what we're ending on?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Is that our crescendo?
Yeah,
the
that-
finale?
You took it
That's
there.
us marketing ourselves too much, and we're putting a stop to it.
It's right behind
So, yes.
you. He's right there. Doesn't even know.
You can follow me on Twitter. My name there is Alex Sandberg, AlexSandberg, or email me directly at the website, alex@lostlevel.com. Tyler, do you want to pimp anything?
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Twitter if I remembered what my Twitter handle was.
think
I'd change it. No.
Is
Let the mystery remain.
Is it TK Haas? I think it's TK Haas.
I think it might be TK Comics. TH Comics? I don't know.
TKH Comics.
I use it about once every 6 months when I have a random complaint about the world.
Well, why is there comics at the end of your name?
Oh, it's because I have a webcomic.
Wow,
As
Alex
you
is
learned with
selling that hard.
Snaggletooth review, it's Underdogs Comic. No S. .com. I don't remember my own website right now. What time is it? Perfect.
All right. Is that it?
It's been a pleasure.
Okay,
And,
thank you.
Once again, I will do anything for money. just send it my way and ask me to do something. If it's to kill one of these gentlemen, it has to be at least 10 grand.
Okay.
All right, I'm Chris on Twitter, twitter.com/calm intensity. I'm on Instagram, Chris is calm. All this information actually is on lostlevel.com. All of our social media links, lostlevel.com in the upper right-hand corner. We're on YouTube. We're on
Facebook, we're on Twitter.
iTunes. We're everywhere.
Tumblr.
Not Tumblr. All right, we're not everywhere. Sorry.
Stumble upon.
Are we? I don't even know.
I think I'm on there.
Yeah,
Wrap
whatever. So yeah, lostlevel.com is all this information. We really appreciate you guys, heading over there. And, YouTube. We're definitely trying to do some cool shit in 2016 for our YouTube channel. So doing some more videos, doing some unboxings, doing some live, or not necessarily live, but like, video podcasting and expanding the horizons of Lost Level.
That's the idea, yeah.
So we'll be doing that stuff. So definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Take care. Pleasure as always, guys.